we have another NFC North team, of course, in the Detroit Lions, who are a fun one because they have 2 firsts and 2 seconds, which makes them, one of the more stacked teams in this draft. And who knows if they use any of those picks to do a trade up? It doesn't look likely, but we stuck with pick 6. And with that first pick, we took a guy who we want to get some pick 6s, Christian Gonzalez, corner out of Oregon. I think still one of the draft's top corners. Dude had a good combine, and he's an exciting player. They need cornerback help. They need guys who can man up. They run an exorbitant amount of cover one, so they need that. Up next, I took Brian Brzee out of Clemson at 18. They needed a defensive lineman. Their defense, as you can see, needed a lot of help. Their offense was way too good last year to, perform as poorly as they did record-wise. Get them some defensive help. We went Brian Brzee. Starting the second round, I went 4 straight defensive players now that I'm looking at my draft here. We covered all 3 levels of the defense. I picked the linebacker. He fell to 48. Who knows if it's going to happen? But if it does, you will have 3 premier defensive players joining the team. This time it's Jack Campbell, the linebacker out of Iowa.
Big Jack Campbell.
Everyone had questions about how athletic is he, and then his athletic testing comes back from the combine. Dude is a freak. Speaking of freaks, I got another defensive lineman. I know this time it's an edge.
What is up with you?
We needed defense, man, and a lot of defensive players kept falling. It's pick 55. I took Derek Hall, edge out of Auburn. I feel like getting one more edge in that rotation, if Hutch takes a step, if Houston continues to develop, then you move Hall in there, and he has a little bit of versatility, and you're able to, kind of just rotate those guys out and get after the quarterback with the guys you got on the inside, with the guys you now have at corner. You could go from one of the weakest defenses in the NFL to one of the deepest with, 4 draft picks. Up next, pick 81. I know a lot of Lions fans want a quarterback early. They want to go take an Anthony Richardson, a CJ Stroud. But I gave you a quarterback later on that I think, you can hold on to. He's not going to play this season. Let him develop. Let him get better. I took Hendon Hooker out of Tennessee. You took Cedric Tillman earlier. Whoa. You took Cedric Tillman. I'm taking Hendon Hooker. Obviously had a strong last season. We don't know how much he actually can develop.
He'll be 30 by the time he develops.
By the time his rookie contract is over, he might be collecting Social Security, but that isn't the point.
AARP.
He is somebody who you can just hold on to and probably has some sort of starting potential, just maybe can get you a few games as a spot starter or maybe develop into something that you can play down the road. Last pick, the Lions don't pick after 81 for 73 more picks until 154. And with that last pick, I took a running back. Don't know the future on DeAndre Swift. He didn't have a great season last year. Jamal Williams obviously did. And I know they're hoping to retain him, but I believe he is a free agent.
He is a free agent.
So I took Chase Brown out of Illinois, who I think is just the quintessential Lion. You need those tough guys. I took a good amount of them. And I think that really rounds out a team that went from, borderline playoffs to might be looking to, contend in a weaker NFC North this year.
All right. I think that's a pretty good draft. I think you just kind of straight up address the defense because they need depth. They need some sort of change on that defense, and you really ran with it.